everybody, and welcome to our first devlog, aka Devlog 1. To start off, I will talk about, the building. Unfortunately, building has been slow due to some uncooperative employees, though we have not given up and are getting back on track and picking up where we left off. Currently, we have built the lobby, the different parts of the hallways and corridors, and the room that will start every level and floor. I do wish that progress was quicker, so as a small form of self-promotion, I'm asking you to visit our website, and if you are just happening to be a Roblox developer and are willing to work for a share of the profit, please apply on our website for a position. Also, do not ask for upfront payments. I'm not paying you for work you didn't do. Stop asking me. Anyways, before I get too off topic, let's talk about some of the mechanics of the game. First off, customization. Well, you see, because it's a multiplayer game, and I need a reason for people to keep playing that game, and I need money to pay to eat, please help me. We will be adding customization to our player character models. So, some pieces that can be customized is the hat, mask, backwear, vest, and bodysuit. There also will be skins for the guns for the different roles. Now that I'm thinking of it, speaking of which, let's talk about the roles. There will be multiple roles, specifically 6. The medic, mechanic, speedster, arsonist, electrician, and demolitionist. The medic's power is to heal other players, obviously, as well as having a med pack in their inventory when they start a round. They also have the ability to revive players faster, as well as have higher health than other players. Next is the mechanic. The mechanic's power is to fix machines faster and carry more parts than other players. Next is the speedster. The speedster's power is to have caffeine drinks in their inventory, 5% plus speed, and have a speed boost ability as well as a higher jump height. The arsonist is next, and I know you all are a bunch of arsonists, aren't you? The arsonist's power is to carry more ammo, have more powerful weapons, and have a weapon called the Doomsday that has explosive bullets as well as just, well, you know that friend that just sprays bullets everywhere? They'll like this role. Next is the electrician. The electrician's power is to stun enemies for a longer time than if you just throw your old bottle at them, break it over to their skull, as well as have higher damage when attacking enemies. Next is the demolitionist. The demolitionist's power is to have higher damage, explosive bullets, and bombs. With all these roles, there is always the default role. The default role is just the worker. Then there is the worker role, which is basically the default role, as I established previously, because I chose not to read over the script. As with all these roles, I do have to ask you to note that all the abilities of the roles and the roles themselves can be changed over time, as these decisions have not been fully set in motion with me and our co-founder, though we do hope that with these roles, you are pumped for the game. And next is the floors. The floors mechanic is quite simple. The players will start at the first floor, obviously, and once all the machines are fixed on that floor, they then move to the second floor. As they move through the different floors, The floors will get harder and harder with more with more enemies and more puzzles. Sometimes between 10 to 15 floors later, shops or mini bosses will be encountered along the way. Honestly, it's a pretty simple Honestly, it is a pretty simple premise, and I'd be disappointed if you did not get it. Anyways, after all, we can't have this game without the enemies! There are currently 6 enemies: the Torrent, Snatcher, Wireman, Wet Slug, Boxton, and Mr. Mass. The Torrents are rejected protectors turned evil by the curse of biomechanics. Think of them as the Nutcracker from Lethal Company or something like that. They basically act as juggernauts. They're pretty simple to avoid, just don't get in front of them. Next is the Wet Slug. The Wet Slug was the lab's attempt to strike into the industry by creating a waterproof storage transportation device, but now they have created a disgusting worm that roams through the pipes of the underground facility. This one we actually have an idea for this enemy, sort of like Halt from Doors. If you are consumed by the enemy, you're taken into a room, a hallway actually, and you're forced to travel through the hallway, maybe to enter different rooms or something else like that. But not only that, the Wet Slug is also fast and dangerous, so you better keep your eyes out in the water. Next is Boxton. Boxton is the revived experiment turned into a stealthy yet destructive force by the lab. The lab made Boxton as one of their first experiments. He was this tiny little pathetic thing. Then they pumped him up with steroids, basically, and now he is destructive as hell. How he works is that he will stay in a box, hidden somewhere throughout the facility. It can be kinda hard to figure out who he is. However, you better not get too close to the box, because he'll pop up and smash your pathetic little ass. Next is the Snatcher. The Snatcher is a stealthy trap waiting to catch and kill any players at any moment. He was created to see how machines could destroy internal organs of different biomechanical creatures, but they accidentally created this terrifying tarantula thing. Next is the Wireman. The Wireman is an attempt to use more machine than organic mass. It is a powerful and destructive force. It is a bit complicated to explain, but basically the premise is it's destructive, it's giant, but it can't go through the whole haze. So you're lucky on that part, aren't you? Oh god, man. Next is Mr. Mass. Mr. Mass is a stationary yet powerful enemy, and one of the first experiments that set the biomechanical curse in motion. He is a stationary enemy, as stated before. Basically how he works is if he sees you, then he'll stretch across with his tentacles and snatch you up. If he snatches you up too many times, let's just say you're his new snack. But enough about this. Let's go into what we plan to do with Repair Crew in general. We plan to release plushies, merch, and maybe an ARG or analog horror videos. Repair Crew is a very special project to me and my lovely employees, and we really do put as much passion as we can into it. This is one of the first projects I have made and released publicly even, and I'm so grateful that even the littlest bit of support is given to me. I am so thankful. If you really like this video, please share it. But enough about my emotional rant. Let me continue the script. Thank you all. Anyways, hopefully as we grow as a channel, we will be able to bring more to Grim-Cade games and promote other projects such as Repair Crew. Anyways, enough about everything. If you like this devlog series, please like, subscribe, and comment what you want to see in the next devlog. And we will see you next time we upload. Goodbye!